You don't really want to be put in these positions.
The reinvented Nuggets were searching for an identity.
A point-blank layup missed by Gallinari.
Everybody says, well, we don't have a closer. We don't know who we're going to go to. They're right. My philosophy is, why don't we go get a top 10 player at every position and have a top 10 bench?
And Fareed threw it down.
You look at their team compared to ours, you know, they got 3 superstars and, you know, allegedly we have none.
And this thing is over.
Our challenge is to beat Goliath. You know, that's our challenge.
Put your energy on the board. Let's go, Nana! Together, man. Together. Where we're at right now, we gotta fight. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Early in the season, the city of Denver finds itself home to the NBA's hottest team. But the Nuggets are still getting used to the attention.
I understand we are on camera again with this, what's this called? What's this production? Association.
It's Rudy. Rudy wants some airtime. He needs airtime. There you go. Yeah.
They're trying to increase TV ratings, not decrease.
Rookies, you might get some playing time. You tell them how good a coach I am.
It's time to meet your Denver Nuggets!
Through a combination of depth and chemistry, Denver emerges as the highest scoring team in the league and an unexpected Western Conference power.
But I tell you what, that is a textbook fast break right there.
I wouldn't say that I'm surprised. I would say that I'm pleased.
And Devontae at the Pepsi Center.
To see them progress quicker than anticipated, maybe I should say I'm slightly surprised.
How are we looking out here?
I think you'd have to say they got some positive energy.
Yeah. What does that?
For George Karl, now in his 24th year as an NBA head coach, experience tells him to temper his enthusiasm.
Our game planning right now is more about us than about the opponent, because I think we got to get better. We got to understand ourselves before we can fight someone else. Last night, guys, you did a great job of figuring out the offense, and our defense kind of took a step back. Some of it was you softening when we have a lead. I don't think it's a good habit, gentlemen. When you get a lead, a 15, 20-point lead, it's just, I think, human nature for you to soften up and relax. And we don't want to do that. It's a habit. It builds bad habits and not good habits.
With more than 1,000 NBA victories to his credit, Karl knows how to manage his players. He meets frequently with Executive Vice President Masai Ujiri to assess the team, beginning with their budding star, leading scorer Danilo Gallinari.
I think we were both nervous after the Laker game. I think he's come back pretty good.
He's done. I'm really impressed with how, especially mentally. It'll be interesting to see how Aaron comes out of his. I think he'll be fine too.
I haven't liked his body language. You know, he's a detailed guy at the defensive end of the court. He's making defensive mistakes he usually doesn't make. You understand what I said this morning about detail? You know? I've just been kind of surprised, and sometimes we put a tape together of our mistakes. You know, a lot of times you would never be in that tape.
Another source of concern is Denver's star power forward, Nene, whose nagging injuries have cut into his playing time and production.
Nene scares me a little bit. I need you. I want you to be an all-star. You know, an all-star's got to play the make the. I can help you make the All-Star team, but you got to play.
I don't worry about the thing.
You know, from a coaching standpoint, figuring out how to be successful month in and month out, handling injuries, handling fatigue, handling so many different things. You know, I can walk in here at 9 o'clock in the morning and he does something I didn't even know about.
Now, the Nuggets have to handle their first extended road trip of the season, including a highly anticipated meeting with former Denver star Carmelo Anthony. An Eastern swing with 4 games in 5 nights presents a challenge Karl expects his team to face head-on.
Let's get used to it. Let's don't complain about it. Let's don't use the schedule as an excuse. Let's get ready for it.
As the Nuggets fly east, 4 games in 5 days will be a stiff test for one of the deepest rosters in the association.
Guy here is an all week. Comes off the pit now.
Pick the picker.
We don't have one superstar. We have 12 good players, and we play together.
1 on 3. 1, 2, 3, win!
We really have a team that can go 10 deep, and you don't know who's going to be the leading scorer on any given night.
On the first night in Milwaukee, reserve Corey Brewer steps up as the spark plug.
Corey Brewer is making the most of his time tonight. Well, there's your final 105-95.
24 hours later in Philadelphia, the Nuggets face their mirror image in the red-hot 76ers.
This is a George Karl team-up if I've ever seen one. All I can hear is Doug Moe going, play faster, George, play faster.
Yeah.
How's your health?
Very well. How are you?
Good.
You're doing a hell of a job. Nice. I like your team, too.
Well, you know what? We both got teams that are unselfish, that play together, and it's fun to be around those kind of guys.
And Denver, like the Sixers, a balanced team with a very good bench. Miller still showing some quicks.
Try to get into this gap. Andre, you're here. Gallo, if you can't get it, go Andre, okay?
In crunch time, George Karl calls upon another key member of his bench. 35-year-old Andre Miller rises to the occasion.
Shoots it in the paint, got it. Andre Miller has been the man for Denver.
Hey, gentlemen, that's the first close one. Andre, thank you for doing a great job. I mean, that was a pretty special performance, but everybody contributed. Get your rest tomorrow. 2 more to go. You've put it in a position where we're going to go get them all. It's a great win, good start.
They've won a lot of games, and they're doing it democratically. Lots of players getting touches, lots of players scoring points. It's led to everybody feeling that they're really a part of this thing.
Bow! The following day, it's on to Washington for a well-deserved chance to relax.
Oh, we got all day in DC, man. We have all day free.
We're going to see museum.
Which museum? Science and...
Aerospace. I will sleep all day.
Which museum?
I'm going to sleep all day. I'm going to sleep all day in DC. I will sleep all day.
You want to go see the White House?
Kosta Koufos, Timofey Mozgov, and Danilo Gallinari are linked by a shared experience. They all became Nuggets through the 3-team deal that sent Carmelo Anthony to the Knicks. As they look ahead to an upcoming game in New York, the memories come flooding back.
What's the first thing that you remember about New York?
Too many people.
Too many people?
Too many people.
I remember the fans killing me as soon as they drafted me. When the commissioner said my name,
the New York Knicks select
the fans, they were killing me.
Danilo Gallinari.
Gallinari fakes the 3. Now on the dribble, gets to the rim and throws it down.
But Gallinari soon emerged as one of the most popular Knicks, converting New York fans into believers.
Danilo Gallinari from way downtown.
They love Danilo here in New York.
Then, last February, suddenly everything changed.
So, like, what happened when you guys got traded? You got called? Because, like, when I was in Minnesota, I was warming up, and they said, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean? It's like, you got traded. I was like, really?
Hey, you were practicing?
Yeah. I was like, okay, bye. Off to Denver.
Yo, I was
sitting on my couch with my wife, and he called me and said, "It was a trade this night, and you was part of the trade. So tomorrow you have a flight like at 3." And my wife asked, "What's happening?" I said, "We go to Denver."
For me, I was at dinner with Ronnie Turiev and Kalina Dzibuki.
Okay.
And I told them this can be probably our last New York dinner. My agent called me, said you got traded, and that's it.
After pausing for reflection, it's time for the task at hand. A matchup with the Washington Wizards. With Nene forced to rest his sore heel, Coach Karl again looks to his bench for an answer.
I want to start you tonight. Huh? I want to start you tonight. You're still what you used to do.
Not lose this game, fellas. Everybody get that in your head right now. We will not lose this game.
For the third straight game, Denver's reserves energize their team.
Bird, you go tip the rim. Al, you go down on Rudy.
14-year veteran Al Harrington takes his turn in leading the Nuggets to victory.
Gallo to Harrington from deep. Money!
Needed that.
Way to shoot it.
Hey, man, you know, I had to pick up where Trey left off. All the old fellas taking over, man. It's going to be Al Harrington and Andre Miller and the Nuggets.
The result at the end, they always save us on the 3 ball from about 40 feet. We made it a damn good trip. We can make it a great trip by coming back tomorrow night, having some fun. And my favorite place to play, and I'm sure there's a few other guys like to play in the Garden too. So let's get out of here, get a